Next at 6, underground raves raging well into the night, why police can't seem to shut the party down.
The city's new homeless camping ban is now in effect. We'll tell you how it's going and what you can expect in the future.
The July fry has been cooking people, but what about plants? We've got some tips coming up in an Earth Day report.
And when Hall of Famer Billie Jean King hosts a tennis tournament and you win it, you're on your way to tennis royalty.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts now.
Hundreds of teenagers turned out for an unsanctioned rave party over the weekend in a canyon underneath the 805 freeway bridges in Sorrento Valley. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetta.
And I'm Jesse Pagan in for Marcella Lee. These are called underground raves, and we've seen 2 of them pop up in San Diego in as many weeks. CBS 8's David Goffredson checked out the scene of this latest party that included a DJ, a light show, and a full stage.
This is what the underground rave looked and sounded like late Saturday night and into early Sunday morning underneath the 805 freeway at Carroll Canyon Road in Sorrento Valley. Hundreds of teenagers and young adults dancing the night away to a DJ and light show. The location under the freeway bridges on Caltrans property with no access to vehicles. The sound and laser show apparently powered by a generator. At 12:30 a.m., the police showed up, but there was nothing they could do because of the remote location along train tracks in the Carroll Canyon creek bed. Officers told dispatchers they were leaving the scene.
This rave party thing is down in the ravine, a canyon area that we cannot safely access. So unless we get any 911 calls out here where they need emergency assistance, we'll be clearing from here.
I checked out the area Monday morning. There's access from a parking lot where rave goers would have to walk through some pretty thick brush. Another access point through a fenced-off Caltrans construction zone. The area where the stage was set up appeared to be cleaned up with no trash left behind. It's not only the police that have problems getting into areas like this for these underground raves. You can imagine the problems an ambulance or paramedics would have reaching someone overdosing or injured and their only access is a hole in the fence. That's what happened 2 Saturdays ago at a similar underground rave along the San Diego River underneath the Marina Boulevard Bridge. A young woman had to be carried out on a stretcher after she reportedly suffered a non-fatal overdose. The locations of these underground raves typically get posted on social media just a few hours before the show begins. This post indicates tickets were a sellout for Saturday night's rave in Sorrento Valley. David Goffredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. The land under the freeway bridge is state property. A spokesperson for the California Highway Patrol said Saturday's rave was illegal. The department did not receive any calls for service related to the event.
We're following some breaking news right now. We're learning a 12-year-old girl was killed while she was paddleboarding at Mission Bay this weekend. San Diego police detectives say a jet ski hit the girl in the De Anza Cove area Saturday afternoon. She was rushed to a hospital where she later died. An 18-year-old man from Los Angeles was driving the jet ski. Detectives do not think alcohol was a factor. SCPD's Harbor Unit is investigating. Mayor Todd Gloria and San Diego Police Chief David Nislide say they want the City Council to renew the city's Smart Streetlight program. The council will take on the issue tomorrow. Mayor Gloria says the technology will help solve crimes and cut down on the number of unnecessary traffic stops. The Privacy Advisory Board appointed by the council raised concerns about the camera a couple weeks ago. Mayor Gloria addressed those concerns.
We have spent years, not weeks, not months, years perfecting a privacy ordinance to make sure that we are fully transparent about how this technology works, where it'll be located, and how the data it collects will be used.
Mayor Gloria and Police Chief Nislide are also asking the council to reinstate automatic license plate readers.
Right now, new details about a shooting that left one man dead last night. Police say a 35-year-old man was shot around 7:30 near Altadena Avenue and Whiteman Street in Chollas Creek. He later died at the hospital. Investigators say this started as a brief argument. They need your help. If you have any information, please call San Diego Crime Stoppers at the number you see there on your screen. And tonight we know the name of the driver killed in a wrong-way crash on the 805 last week. CHP says last Wednesday, 57-year-old Abel Bermudez heading south on the 805 near the border when a car going the wrong way smashed into his minivan. The driver of that car, 29-year-old Fernando Gonortiz, was arrested for suspicion of driving under the influence. Right now he's in custody with bail set at $500,000.
San Diego police officers are now enforcing the city's new unsafe camping ordinance. City officials say the goal is to get people off the streets and into shelters. CBS 8's Steve Price is live in Balboa Park with what happened today and the police department's plans for the future. Steve?
And Jesse, this is one of the areas police cleared out early this morning. They chose this park because it's also next to a school. And as you can see tonight, it is empty except for some folks walking their dogs and hanging out with their kids. But critics say this does not actually solve the problem. San Diego police joined by cleanup crews enforcing the new homeless camping ban.
The enforcement will begin at near schools and parks, and this process will take weeks, if not months. This is not an overnight thing. You will continue to see tent encampments in the city today and tomorrow.
San Diego police confirmed today's target was Balboa Park, and their offers for help were not well received.
So for stage one of our enforcement, it's educational law and offer of shelter or services. And I'm told that no one accepted our offer for shelter.
The city says it still has plenty of space available at its new safe sleeping site near 20th and B, across from the Naval Medical Center. At last check, there were 92 people living in 76 tents. They say it has the capacity to hold 150 people. The mayor says it's time for scenes like this. Sidewalks blocked for long stretches with tents to end.
We're spending $200 million this year on homeless services in this city. In exchange for that investment, we have the right to have clean and passable sidewalks.
Critics say that money spent is exactly why this new camping ban is a bad idea.
We pay lots of money to have outreach, professional outreach, come out into parks and canyons and sidewalks to reach out to people, build relationships. Then the city comes along and moves those people somewhere else and they can't be found. So those relationships are then broken. All that money is wasted.
No citations or arrests were made today specifically for the encampment ban. People were simply contacted and educated about their options and the plans for enforcement, which police say will not be spread out over a long period of time.
So tomorrow we may be out in that same area again, and if we can show that a contact was made today and they were educated about it and the violation is still occurring tomorrow, then it would lead to the next step, which would be a misdemeanor citation.
When police follow up a third time, it can lead to an actual arrest. They say the message is clear. It's time for things to change.
I think eventually we're going to change people's behavior, right? And that's what we're trying to do, is change people's behavior so that they make the right decisions. And that takes time.
So you heard Captain Takeuchi say nobody accepted their offer for shelter. However, this afternoon when we were at that safe sleeping site, two men who actually had been staying in this very park showed up there and said that they were going to go ahead and take the shelter offer. They said they were tired of police hassling them. Jesse?
Steve, at last check, some basic services like showers still were not up and running at the safe sleeping site. Do we have any idea what it's like now?
So they still don't have permanent showers out there. They are bringing in showers every couple of days. Although, Jesse, when I talked to the people out there, they said that was frustrating to them because they have job interviews, they're trying to go to appointments, and they may not be able to take a shower on the days when they really need it. They would like to have showers there full time. They also said they just got running water within the last week and a half. But maybe the most concerning thing I heard out there, Jesse, and I heard this from multiple people who have been staying there over a period of time, they said that drug use in the facility is already starting and increasing, and they are worried that as more people move in, that's going to become an even bigger issue there.
Definitely something to keep an eye on as we continue and start our reporting on the enforcement rollout of the unsafe camping ordinance. Steve Price live for us tonight. Steve, thank you.
All right, it's a humid start to the week with even a few raindrops out there.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis here with a look at it all happening. Carlene, there was definitely something was falling out the sky this morning.
According to this rain report, Fallbrook received 400ths of an inch today.
400ths of an inch. That's
there
impressive.
You go. There.
Hundredths.
Hundreds. Okay, it wasn't very heavy, but hey, it was there. We are talking about monsoonal moisture back in the forecast. So we do have some high clouds out there, even blocked out the sunshine and brought down some temperatures today. So you still got the cloud cover going strong and a lot of humidity out there. So most of the values across our county are above 50%. Around this time, we're typically talking about really dry conditions inland, but that has not been the case to kick off this week and not expected to be the case tomorrow as well. So you're looking at about, feeling it when you step outside, 62% relative humidity for Poway, also in the 60s for La Mesa, as well as for Mount Laguna, 69% for Campo, and those high values right along the coast. Still seeing some light shower activity and even a little bit heavier pocket moving towards Oceanside and seeing that really favor North County for right now. And as we go into tomorrow's forecast, we are still holding on to chances we could see more. So more details on that coming up. Fellas?
Thank you, Carlene. There's a water contact warning in effect for beaches in Coronado tonight, with officials warning you to stay out of the water. Something to keep in mind as the heat still lingers. South swells are pushing the ocean water from the south to the north right now. The San Diego County Department of Environmental Health and Quality says bacteria levels in the water exceed the state's health standards. They also say ocean water along Coronado may contain sewage, which of course can cause you to get sick. Still ahead, we go one-on-one with 3 of the 4 contenders for the open San Diego County Supervisor seat.
And up next, a mother convicted of killing her 2 children. The sentence for Lori Vallow-Daybell.
Plus, July Fry cooking your plants, how you can help prevent damage to your garden. Coming up in tonight's Earth 8 report.